Hello and welcome to the Crackerjack MTG Weekly Finance Hack. This is the show where we talk about the top 10 gainers in price this week, what's causing it, and what you're going to do about it. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can support the channel. All right, our first card this week is a Johnny's Chosen from M14. This card only sees play in 2% of eligible decks in EDH. This is a bulk rare in enchantment-based decks like Daxos, Siona, and Sithis. Someone bought a $20 copy, and that's pushing the narrative of a spike, but there are plenty of 50-cent copies lying around, and you should be picking up a copy only if you're trying to pour one out for our good friend of Johnny. Our next card is another one that sees limited play in EDH. We have Fate Unraveler from Born of the Gods. It's only being played in 2% of eligible decks. It sees play in Sazin, Perverter of Truth. It's been a staple in Nekuzar and is now seeing play in Starscream of all places. The biggest place where this is seeing an include is in Sheoldred the Apocalypse decks. Praetors are the hotness right now, and people are going to find the gems that make those decks tick. Sell this if you have it, especially if you found or still have some foil copies. The next card on our list is brand new. It's the Retro Frame Blast Furnace Hellkite from the Brothers War Precons. This is quickly becoming a Commander staple. Dragons are great. Artifact Offering is a fantastic alternate casting cost. This Hellkite slots into so many artifact-centric decks. Beyond being included in the Mishra Precon, people are adding it to Mishra Claimed by Gix, Megatron, Theldon of the Third Path, and of course, Kalia of the Vast. This card is going to drift up in price over the next year and will likely hit $10 by 2024. The Retro Frame is going to be a tough reprint as most precons don't have that fancy finish. Our next winner this week is from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. We have Fighter Class. Tutors are extremely popular in EDH, and a 2-mana tutor for any piece of equipment is right where you want to be. The most powerful classes that you can get from Adventures in the Forgotten Realm offer all or almost all of the value in the first level. People are putting this in Akiri decks, they're putting it in Ard and Rograk decks, and of course Call the Forge Master. This card's only seeing play in 5% of eligible decks, and it really should see at least double that. This is an absolute steal, and I would recommend picking up a brick of this card. Our next card this week is a great uncommon from a terribly greedy product. We have Moonsliver Key from Double Feature. Tutoring up a land in a deck that struggles to do so is really great, but this also finds Soul Ring and even better, Mana Crypt. This washed out art is going to be a really tough sell for a lot of people, especially when you can get the original from a set that's being sold at a way cheaper price. My recommendation, buy list any of these silver screen copies you have, especially if you've come across a foil. Our next card is Loyal Drake from Commander 2018. You can get this card for about $1, unless you're firing up TCG Direct, where copies are selling for about $6. There are definitely security and convenience bonuses from buying from TCG Direct. You get that one envelope, you know where the cards are coming from, but this card is not worth $6. Lieutenant is a powerful mechanic in Commander, and this card's being included in the new Jumpstart Commander, Alondra Skydreamer. Now, if you have a bunch of these cards and you have the ability to list through TCG Direct, I recommend selling at that price point. All right, our next card, Expedition Map from Double Masters. As I've said already, tutoring is an incredibly great feature in Commander that lots of people want to take advantage of. Along with this card sees play in Modern. It sees play in Amulet, Tron, and Mono Black Coffers. Commander It's going to find you Gaia's Cradle, Sarah's Sanctum, and even utility lands like Bojuka Bog. Cross-format staples need constant reprints, and you would do well to list all of your extra expedition maps right now. Maximize your profit. It's about a year at least until we get another major reprint set. Hungering Hydra from M19 is our next card. This Hydra sees almost exclusively play in Commander. You'll find it in Gargos builds, Zexara, and Roshin Meanderer. It's in about 20% of Vorinclex Monstrous Raider decks, but in all honesty, it should probably see way more play there. The price is just starting to naturally drift up as we're running out of $1.50 copies. If you have any extra M19 lying around, pick it, find those Hungering Hydras, and send them off to the buy list. Cityscape Leveler is our next card to talk about from the Brothers War. Brothers War is fairly new, but there's a good chance that this card becomes the most expensive mythic in the set. Cityscape Leveler sees play in the Karn Wishboard for both Pioneer and Modern, and it's definitely a great artifact to cheat into play in Commander. You can easily slot this into Duretti, Scrap Savant, but I also think it would go great in a Blink deck like Brago or our newly printed Preston the Vanisher. I would say this card is a hold, and I could see it getting to $30 by the end of this year too. We're coming up on our last card, and since you've made it this far, you might as well like and subscribe. You're gonna get this video every week if you do. All right, here we go, 10th card. Gaia Reach Sanitarium from Commander 19. This utility land sees a ton of play in EDH. Because it's legendary, you will find it in Kethis Hidden Hand, or Joda the Unifier. It definitely slots right into a Tergrid deck because of the mass discard. And it's seeing lots of play now in Sheoldred the Apocalypse builds because of the mass drain and the little bit of life gain that you're gonna get. Gaia Reach Sanitarium is moving at 5 to 10 copies a day. We've run out of dollar copies. We had someone buy $20.50 copies, and all we have left really are $6 copies. I would avoid this price because it really can be fired into any precon at any time. So there's a really high reprint probability. Thanks for watching, and catch us next week on another episode of the Crackerjack MTG Weekly Finance Hack.